The Ashes Test Series, but its customers claim its performance makes the Australian cricket team look like world beaters. Vodafone is under fire for its service. Users saying their mobile phones are next to useless, with calls dropping out and many not even getting through. Linda Kincaid reports it's become such a farce, Vodafone customers are lining up to take legal action.
It got to a point where I was literally pulling my hair out trying to get any form of response.
It's mainly the dropped calls. That's if you can get reception.
There are a couple of examples where people have lost business, lost jobs.
Don't let his smile fool you. This 23-year-old has sparked a wave of anger against one of the country's biggest telecoms.
They're having issues with Vodafone and that they're eager to join a class action.
His website Vodafail had a handful of followers 2 weeks ago. Today, over 6,500. The reaction so extraordinary, it sparked a class action, and support is growing by the second. Vodafone messed with the wrong customer when they put software designer Adam Bremer on hold for 2 hours, 5 times in a row.
I made that website in a few hours while I was on hold.
Angry customers are invited to share their pain, and the message is not at all subtle. You can buy Vodafail t-shirts and find support on Facebook.
A lot of our complaints are coming from New South Wales, particularly in Sydney, but also a lot in Melbourne.
Dropouts, poor reception, lost messages and a lack of customer care are among the biggest gripes.
Both my mother and my boyfriend Adam is on Vodafone.
Following a car crash, Adam's girlfriend Melissa Van could not even contact him.
I was feeling so upset and shocked at the time, and so really just wanted to hear some reassuring words from family, and they were obviously very concerned.
My phone just started dropping out for no reason. Voicemails would come through days later. SMSs would come through an hour later.
Damien Viviani is out of pocket to the tune of $1,200.
I'm so angry that a huge company with such a huge market share has done absolutely nothing to help anyone else. I feel really badly done by. I feel ignored, and most of all, I feel like they just didn't care.
I was most insistent that it had good coverage because I'd had very poor coverage in the past, and they assured me that I wouldn't have problems.
Trish Robertson feels like she was conned into signing up for the service. A service she says delivered next to nothing.
No network at all in some areas, emergency calls only, SMSs arriving days after I sent them.
Each time a phone call drops out, you're charged up to 30 cents to call back.
Don't tell people you've got coverage to 98% of the country when you haven't. Don't just have people like me sign on the dotted line and rub your hands together, well, we've got another sucker.
We know that there are about 7 million Vodafone customers out there, so if they've got issues, we invite them to register at our website.
Lawyer Sashin Ivanov from Piper Edelman is running the lawsuit.
As of last night, we had about 200 people that had registered, and as of this morning, that number had jumped to about 4,500.
Vodafone have paid big bucks to promote their brand during the cricket, and even here their service is being hit for a 6.
A new Vodafone iPhone app, so you can have access to live scores.
We put 2 big software upgrades through the network. There's been some issues associated with those upgrades, and we haven't managed those as well as we could have.
Vodafone has issued 2 public apologies in a week. This is the 3rd.
I'd really like to say sorry to those customers.
Chief Executive Nigel Juice says the company may offer compensation to some customers if their problems are not resolved.
In some cases, we are able to fix those issues. In other cases, we provide them with credits or other compensation.
Telecommunications Industry Ombudsman can investigate and, in some cases, award compensation.
The Communication Consumer Action Network's Teresa Corbyn wants immediate action.
Vodafone are promising that this will be fixed in the new year. We don't have a deadline, we don't have a date.
Meanwhile, the Vodafail has had more hits than the real Vodafone website.
We're building up a map which everyone can view on the website to show what the reception's like in your area.
More than 1,200 poor reception areas have already been identified along the country's east coast.
Some good arguments that there have been breaches of contract, that there has been misleading and deceptive conduct, and that's just something we need to explore.
Now, Vodafone has set up a helpline to work through cases. That number is 1555. That number again is 1555. You can leave a message and they will call you back. If you're interested in joining that class action, all the details are on our website. Here's what's ahead on Today Tonight.